Hey there, Cashflow crew. So just jumping on to a quick Money Monday. My favorite stocks are obviously headed down, which is great because that's exactly what we predicted the last couple of weeks. So we can definitely go ahead and DCA into some of these stocks. Now, to be perfectly honest, I need to say something because I got my first hater today. It's a lovely experience. So my DCA journey did start when I actually started investing in Palantir. Nothing to hide there. I do dollar cost average into Palantir. However, my prior stock investments are what created the majority of my portfolio, which led me to my current net worth. So, if there's any questions out there, this is true. I even showed said individual the statement. So, there's no excuses there. I'm sure there's going to be more hate, more unjustified finger pointing, but hey, I guess that's your first real mark as a YouTuber. You have your first hater. Woohoo! Great success. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump over to the charts because that's really what you guys came here for. So I just needed to go ahead and get it done because it's Money Monday. So jumping over, I'm going to go ahead and start with crypto today because I think that Ethereum is finally at that bottoming point that we can start to look. Now, it can go lower. Doesn't mean it has to stay where it's at because it's not currently sitting on a zone, or at least a current qualified zone. So we're looking for a qualified zone before we make a full investment. Now, crypto is a speculative asset. So you definitely have to be sure that you're playing this correctly, not throwing all your money into it. You should only put a certain amount that you're willing to lose because it is highly speculative, but that's why it's so much fun and there's so many rewards. Now, we do see that down here, we have hit on Psych Sigma, the buy zone. Now, it's only the first Sigma of the buy zone, so it has the potential to go down 2 or even 3 Sigmas. Doesn't mean that it's going to stay there. It can go higher right off these lows. And as you can see, just from looking at the zone analysis, we are sitting at a relatively weird zone. You can start to see like a very weak daily zone starting to appear here. So between the 1665.51 and all the way down to the 1577 mark, there's a very weak daily zone. Can pop through there, doesn't mean it has to. We're in the green on Psych Sigma, so more than likely what we are looking at is probably a discount region, good time to buy. I will be starting to purchase. I will be starting the dollar cost average in. I'll be buying as many coins as humanly possible while we are in these low zones because I have a feeling that we are about to hit that all-time low, at least for the region. We're probably not going to go back below that 879 mark that you see on the screen there. We have the potential to reach all the way down to that basically 1200 mark that's right down there at the top of that big weekly and monthly zone. That is our main demand zone. That is where the most of the demand for Ethereum is currently residing. I definitely truly believe that is the best place to buy. Will we get there? We'll see. Because you never know with any market. You can only make your best guess and make your best educated guess at that. Again, have to throw out there, this is not financial advice. This is literally what I am doing in the market. Can't prove it any other way than showing you exactly how I'm looking at the chart and how I'm going ahead and I'm buying the overall asset. And again, I like Ethereum because it has a use case. Now, PLTR. This is my favorite stock, favorite company, because that's what I truly want to do is learn how to buy companies like Warren Buffett. I probably won't get there until I'm 90 years old and at Warren Buffett's experience because, well, it's going to take some time. However, in the short term, I can take the lessons that I've learned from reading every single one of the books that he has joint produced with Charlie Munger or any of the other big financial gurus out there who actually do investments and manage billion-dollar hedge firms so that they actually have the real true experience of investing in choice stocks, not in index funds, just in choice stocks by doing fundamental analysis as well as discounted cash flow valuations and going through the big three financial statements of any company. These are the major things that they do. They buy controlling interest in good companies so that they can continue that stock to go up. Not stock investment, business investment. Completely different. Now I'm looking at overall, we're sitting in this current zone between this 1353 and this 1482. Now, this zone seems to be holding at the moment. We're at about a halfway mark on the Psych Sigma. We're not quite in a buy region, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to go any lower. Doesn't mean we got to go higher, but more than likely, you can go ahead and take a overall guess that we will probably head lower. Looking directly lower, you see multiple highs all forming and a few lows forming in this zone just below. So I would say this is probably the bottom. Again, not financial advice, is just what I'm doing. I will probably be DCAing at that point in time so that I can increase my number and actually get well over the number that I quoted this individual so that someday I can actually come back and be like, I told you so. That's just one real reason. Now, not to be petty, but that's truly what I feel like today. So it is what it is. You can't win with everyone. Now, 932 is going to be that low for that zone. I don't think we're going to break through that. We don't have enough steam to actually break through that unless some very big players all sell out of Palantir at the same time. But just looking at the overall shape of this, it's a cup and handle. We are very, very, very slowly forming a cup and handle, more than likely to go back, test all-time highs, which is the discounted cash flow valuation, roughly $27. Now, if you guys know anything about cup and handle formations, they generally form the large cup, and this could be a handle here, so it could form the very large cup, and then it could head back down a little bit. Happens. But generally, a cup and handle forms the cup and then a handle. So that handle is probably going to work through all the way through 2025, which is why I'm thinking it's a 5-year plan. This is a 5-year stock for me. I have no problem dollar cost averaging in, making as much money off of this thing as humanly possible and getting a great price while it's on the lows. Because eventually, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, it won't matter. It will literally won't matter because Palantir will be an amazing company. I love everything about them. I love the software. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I am truly obsessed with Palantir. Now, jumping over to my last favorite, SoFi. I truly love SoFi as well because look at this. Same formations, same overall pattern, same trading index. We have multiple zones that we're playing in. It seems like we're holding this current daily zone. We don't have enough touches on it quite yet to make it a weekly zone. So I think that we're going to go ahead and hold this until we decide to either break. And then we have a very weak zone underneath it. So it very well could go back down to that $4 level. Again, not financial advice, just what I'm doing. So I do think that we will get a little bit lower of prices. I'm looking down here towards the $6.50 mark. In fact, I already have orders in, prepared to fill as soon as it goes ahead and makes its final drops before we actually start the surge up. And again, where it looks like we're forming a general cup and handle formation to head back to highs. So it'll be a wonderful day once we make a good 6-7x on this thing because it looks like that's where it's headed. And that's just what I am doing in the market. All right, guys, so that was Money Monday. I hope you appreciated it. Go ahead and like the video because I truly think that this is going to bring value to somebody out there that is looking at all sorts of crazy scammers out there, or listening to the standard old mantra of throw everything you have into an index fund or throw everything you have into your 401k or Roth. Even though more than likely when it comes down to it, if the U.S. government fails, those are gone. So hope you guys have other investments and are actually looking at spreading out the wealth so that you can maintain your wealth overall. All right, guys. Peace.